This week on World Stories, the boom in avocado farming in Uganda, and special tours glorifying China's communist leaders. But we begin in Germany. Silja Korn is a Berlin-based painter and photographer. Despite her blindness, she's mastered the art of visual expression in a world of darkness.
Silja Korn is blind. She can't see colors, outlines, or even light. But she can recognize them by using her other senses. And that is how she chooses her subjects.
Wenn ich alleine unterwegs bin, dann nach Stimmungen.
When I'm alone, I take pictures according to the sound, the smell, or the mood of the setting. For example, now I can feel the pavement that's a little different, so I'll take pictures of that. Or that bird just now. I want to capture it in my photographs.
As a child, Silja Korn could still see, and she used to photograph and paint a lot. But that changed when, at the age of 12, she lost her eyesight in a car accident. It wasn't until she was in her 40s that a professional photographer encouraged her to start again by exploring the world in her own way.
That's when I realized, wow, this opens up a dialogue between the sighted and the blind. It was so interesting that I decided to continue. I've been taking pictures ever since.
Her husband often helps by telling her what the things she touches and hears look like. Silja Korn's pictures capture everyday objects in a new light. She can also discern color using a special sensing device for blind people.
Ah, you see? It squeaks like that, so it's lighter.
Working with light is a special challenge.
We used different types of lamps. I was the model and tried to feel the light on my skin. You can play a lot with light and shadow, and I wanted to find out how to do that in a controlled way. But it's quite difficult as a blind person.
Silja Korn can't see the pictures she has taken. For that, she needs the help of a sighted person.
It's gray here and white here, and then it narrows all the way down to here.
It depends on how the person describes it. My husband has known me for so long that he knows exactly what to say so that I can picture it myself. Then it's almost like seeing it with my own eyes.
But there's no question about who decides whether a picture should be exhibited.
Well, it's me.
Ultimately, she does. They're her pictures.
Sometimes he tries to nudge me in a certain direction.
But it mostly doesn't work.
The result is a window into Silja Korn's view of the world.
Hass is an increasingly popular variety of avocado, especially in Europe. Farmers in Uganda are now diversifying their crops in order to profit from the boom in demand for this superfood.
Once upon a time, coffee was grown here. But these days, the nursery is used to prepare avocado seeds. Ugandan farmers are responding to soaring demand for the fruit.
Farmers want majorly two things that entice them into any production. That is the market for their product and a good price. So we found a good market for this product that has been the export market.
This farm in central Uganda produces different varieties. Some types, such as Hass, are popular on the international market.
The level of productivity varies depending on the age of the tree and on the size of the farm and the nature of the soils. To give you an example of our farm, a tree which is between 2.5 years to 3 years, per season, a tree can give us like 350 kgs to 450, depending on the variety.
But delivery often proves a challenge. When it rains, roads in some parts of the country become impassable. In Uganda's capital, Kampala, exporters say they can't meet demand. KK Foods, one of Uganda's largest exporters, ships at least 30 tons to Europe every month.
Avocado would be okay if we had commercial farmers of avocado tree. And also if we had the cold chain to maintain its quality before it arrives in the market, it would be much better because we pick from farmers who have trees in their backyard.
There is no official data to show how much Uganda's avocado trade is worth, but exporters point to an upward trend. South Africa already ranks among the top avocado exporting countries in the world, and farmers elsewhere in Africa are hoping to tap into the growing market too.
The personality cult surrounding Mao Zedong continues to impact on Chinese society. Tours retracing the footsteps of the former leader attract thousands of pilgrims while also serving the current government's propaganda strategy. It's known as red tourism.
Chinese farmers living a carefree life in the countryside. Suddenly, Chiang Kai-shek's nationalist troops destroy their idyll. These are scenes from the Chinese Civil War of the 1940s, reenacted for old and young. Every day, visitors can see how Mao Zedong's outnumbered communist troops beat back the nationalist advance. The performance is part of the tourist program in the northern city of Yan'an.
The way that Chairman Mao liberated and conquered Yan'an back then, it was really spectacular.
Wenjie and his sister are spending their school holidays here with their grandparents. They want to do their part for the children's education.
The children should learn more about the history of the revolution, how Mao conquered the whole country from here and founded the new China.
The communists entrenched themselves in Yan'an to escape their enemy. After the revolution, the city became a place of pilgrimage. Now more tourists come here than ever before. There is a clear propaganda purpose behind the tours. Like Mao, President Xi wants to be idolized. The personality cult of China's most powerful man is rife in the village of Liangjiahe, an hour's drive away. One of millions of Chinese youth whom Mao exiled to the countryside, Xi had to learn from the farmers in this village.
Chairman Xi lived in this cave with a comrade. The photos are of his time in the village. Have a look.
Villagers built cave homes that protected them from the harsh mountain climate. The official tour guides say Xi learned to understand the common people here. I claimed I was a tourist. Journalists aren't welcome here. In Yan'an, the Quang family has reached the cave where Mao once lived. But there's zero criticism of the late chairman here and no mention of the millions of people who died because of his policies.
Everyone has flaws. No one is perfect. But Mao led China out of misery, and that's what counts.
The revolution tour is almost over. Only one more stop today, and then the children will have completed this part of their red education.
And we close with South Africa. For residents of Cape Town, baboons are a major pest. Locals are now using a noisy but humane deterrent to ward the animals off.
A baboon burglary. In South Africa's Cape Peninsula, people versus primate is an almost daily occurrence, thanks to brazen baboons in search of their next meal. Pat Reilly has seen her fair share of the monkey business.
There are a lot of them in Cape Town, and they come into your house and they make an awful mess, and you've just got to live with it, but not too bad. They've been in my house quite often. but they're not aggressive. I don't find them aggressive, and they're not really interested in you. They're looking for food. That's what they're looking for.
To drive the monkeys out of urban areas, conservationists from the Human Wildlife Solutions organisation have been testing a new strategy. GPS collars are used to track the baboons' movements. Once the pesky primates get close to town, out come the boom boxes.
You play calls, pretending that there are predators there, alarm calls, sounds of predators, sounds of animals being killed. They're scared to go there. You add a few bangs from a bear banger that reinforces the scariness, and they avoid the area.
With the help of predators such as lions, leopards and hyenas, the aim is to create what they call a landscape of fear, an imaginary boundary that the monkeys do not dare to cross. For villagers in nearby Hermanus, it's music to their ears.
We've noticed in the last 2 weeks since this team arrived with what they call the virtual fence, we've had like literally no baboons for the last 2 weeks. So we've all been saying, is it our imagination or are there suddenly no baboons? But there are suddenly no baboons.
At stake is the region's famed baboon population. Until recently, the cheeky monkeys would have been shot. Following positive results, the plan is now to roll out the system in other Cape Town suburbs, hopefully ensuring that fewer and fewer light-fingered friends are killed unnecessarily.